Welcome, everybody. We are here today in the Scrum Alliance gathering in 2024. Can you believe it? It's 2024 and it's in New Orleans. And today, I'm very lucky to find myself with Lonnie Weaver. So Lonnie is here to talk about facilitation, in-person training, and a booth that Lonnie set up with her company, which is sponsoring Scrum Alliance.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. So I live in Minnesota. It's a northern part of the country, if you're not from the United States. And I've been in the Agile community, the Scrum Alliance community, since 2006. So Scrum's kind of in my blood, just like yours. Yeah, it's fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, and I've been a trainer since 2012 and had to go through a big pivot like you did after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it is now online,
Yeah.
So, but we're getting an opportunity to teach some new things, and I've got an opportunity to do some in-person. Have you been doing in-person?
I've done two. I did a certified Scrum Master and I did a certified Scrum Product Owner, and they were fantastic.
It's so fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in August, I'm going to Madison, Wisconsin.
Ah.
Yeah, I love that little town. And we are going to have a Scrum Master class. But the second part of the week, we don't know what the class is going to be because we have a poll out to see if students want the advanced class, the product owner class, or the new class, which is certified facilitator.
Ah.
Yeah,
very
so
cool.
Once they vote, we'll know what's the most popular choice, and then we'll officially schedule that one.
Interesting. So, Lonnie, I'm very curious because I'm not a trainer of the facilitation class. I'd like to learn more. Why the facilitation class and who's it for?
I'm going to start with the who's it for first, because that one's a little easier, I think. It's for anybody who's going to find themselves in a situation where they have to do facilitation. So you could be somebody who's been in your career for a while and you're just looking for new tips, or someone who's just getting started and you feel like this would be a good thing to kind of kick off your career. So it's good for people who are experienced or not.
Yeah.
Why? So I have a communications degree.
Yeah.
Unlike so many people in our community who have technical degrees, I come with a different perspective. I've always loved working with people. And so the opportunity came up to learn a little bit more about facilitation and educating others on facilitation, and I snatched it really quickly.
So what is it in facilitation? Like, when you talk about who, can we talk about specific roles that might be helpful for, and any tips and tricks that you show in the class that are connected with, let's say, I don't know, a Scrum Master role or a Product Owner role?
Sure. So we typically think of the facilitator as the Scrum Master, and that is probably most of our customers. They're coming to us from Scrum Master world, but I've been pleasantly surprised. I've had lots of Scrum Product Owners. In fact, recently, one of my classes, I think, more than 3/4 of them were product owners.
Makes sense to me.
It was interesting because they need to communicate and facilitate with stakeholders.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then another pleasant surprise was people that aren't certified through the Scrum Alliance at all. They have learned from their colleagues who are certified through the Scrum Alliance about the class, and then they've been coming too.
Yeah.
So that's a nice surprise.
Yeah. I would think that the Scrum product owners would need this more because they're always talking to customers, they're talking to stakeholders, they're prioritizing, they're making people make decisions. And so facilitation might be a great skill for them.
It really is. And this last class that I had, a big focus was how do we help the stakeholders engage with us more? They're quiet, they don't speak up, especially a lot of the calls are virtual now.
Yes.
And people aren't as maybe as open to just contribute. And so that's been a concern for product owners is how do I get them to engage with me?
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Are there any tips and tricks you would like to share that is part of your class? So my audience could be like, oh, I would like to learn this, so they come to your class.
I will give you a very quick tip that I learned from Esther Derby years ago. And what she said to me was, as soon as you get into a situation where you're facilitating, get the participants speaking as soon as possible. They're more likely to engage if they talk right away, even small talk before the event starts.
Yeah.
Have you found that?
Actually, I have a very strong background of training from the back of the room.
Yeah.
And if you think about the connection activity is just that. Because you bring people together, you have them connect with each other and to the topic. So it's when you said that, it just directly connected with me.
Yes.
Because that's probably what facilitation starts with.
That's right. Yeah. So that was a quick tip I learned right away. The other thing I think people can expect is practice. And, people don't like role play. It's awkward, uncomfortable. And I always address that. And I say, nobody likes it.
Yeah.
Even me.
Yeah.
You probably don't like it either.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But they always say at the end of the class, that was the best part. Because you can practice in a safe place.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter if you screw up, you know?
Yeah.
And you're there to get better.
Yeah. And you learn by doing.
That's right.
When is your next facilitation class?
Yes, we've got one coming up in June, but it's almost full. So you may want to look at the July class, which is, I believe, July 10th and 11th.
Okay.
So it's all on our website, but I believe it's July 10th and 11th.
And how many people do you have in your class, typically, when you say it's full?
Yeah, we try to keep it at 20. I mean, if there was, somebody who really needed to get in, we could let them. But the thing is, there's so much practice involved that we want it to be intimate enough that people are comfortable.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of small group activities, so you're not typically up in front of the other 18 people with one other person. You're in small groups.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But no more than 20. I want it to be meaningful.
Yeah. And I guess maybe switching from your virtual facilitation classes to in-person, are you considering doing some of that?
Yes, I recently had an opportunity to go to Des Moines, Iowa, actually, for an in-person class. It was a private one. And I said to them, okay, here's the thing. We're going to be getting out of the room, so I can only come and do it if you have a lot of breakout rooms so people can go off on their own. And the in-person class was awesome. So much fun.
Wow.
Yeah, as you know, you love it too.
I wish I was there to learn from
you. Should come
you.
sometime.
I will. I want to be a trainer at some point, but I'll make that happen. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let's talk about your in-person classes. You mentioned you're going to be doing a few. What are you seeing in the market? Is there a demand for it? Is there a need for it? Are there people saying, hey, this is something that I want to do because I cannot learn virtually?
I have had some people say, I'm not signing up because it's not in person.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. With the switch, it's been kind of hard to go back and forth and do both. So we're just beginning to test it out because people have been asking for it.
Yeah.
I hope that it's something we can do. I like it. I mean, I don't mind the virtual because it's convenient and there's a lot of really cool things you can do virtually.
Yeah.
But there's something about that in-person connection that I think is really cool.
Yeah.
You think so too?
I think that I had a Scrum Master class. I had a Product Owner class. That is on June 20th. I have a guarantee to run Product Owner class in New York City. I have a guarantee to run Trainings from the Back of the Room class in New York City the end of June. And the reason for that is people are coming out of their homes and finding themselves to be, they're going to their offices. They want to have like a hybrid kind of environment. They have people in their offices. They have people virtual, and they would want to be doing both. So learning in person makes them very, very happy. And for me as a trainer, this is the best thing I can do because the experience level goes up about 20 to 25%, I think.
Yeah, I think it's hard to replace it. I mean, we're working virtually so much that I know it can be done. But, you miss out on some of those little innuendos or, the little conversations where you're helping somebody over break or whatever. I like that.
Yeah. Do you have any public classes scheduled soon?
Lots of public virtual.
Yeah.
We're just beginning to try public in person again. Perfect. And so the first one coming up is in August. And, we had to schedule so far out because of the logistics of booking a room. And, you go through that too. It's not something you can just suddenly do.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of thinking.
Yes.
So August will be our first one.
Well, I wish you the best for it, and I hope this is going to be great. And hopefully, maybe one of these days, I'll come and join your class.
That'd be awesome. And I'll come to your back of the room because I could use a refresher.
I will give you the dates.
Okay, sounds good.
One last thing I want to talk to you about is the booth that you've set up for your company. Tell us a little bit more about what's your goal for that.
Okay. So my business partner and I, her name's Judy Neer.
Yeah.
We began a company together actually during the pandemic because we thought, how can we work together to see if we can I don't know, bring some synergy, get ideas from each other. And we just thought maybe 2 of us working for one would be good.
Yeah.
So we started our new company called Sticky Agile.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Sticky Agile. Isn't that fun?
I think it's great. I mean, it's a different name, and it sticks to your tongue. So I like it. Yeah.
So we decided, why not invest a little money in a booth at the gathering so we could talk to people and just kind of see what they want. And it'd be really fun to ask if people are interested in person.
Yeah.
I want to know that.
Yeah.
And then we have little sticky notes that we hand out that have our logo on them, Sticky Agile. So people can come by and pick up a little pack of sticky notes and hopefully talk to us about what they want. So
excellent. Well, I wish you a lot of luck, and thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it, and wish you luck in your facilitation class, your in-person classes, and your booth.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
And again, thank you so much for being with us. And we would like to continue our interview series with lots of experts, trainers, coaches that are going to come through our interview. So see you next time. Bye.
Bye.